Super Mario Odyssey has captured our attention yet again with a brand new in-depth trailer from Nintendo Direct September 2017 that took place yesterday. And today we would like to bring you our top 10 new features and reveals for Super Mario Odyssey from that in-depth look at the game. There was a lot covered in a short amount of time, and I think we distilled it down to 10 points to basically get everything that you need to know from that new trailer of Super Mario Odyssey. So, to start it off, we got some story elements, some new components to the storyline of the game. What is happening? Why is Mario chasing Bowser and Peach all around the globe trying to stop their wedding? And we get more information about Cappy's counterpart. We knew that Peach had a version of Cappy of her own from an image on the Nintendo website for Super Mario Odyssey, and then we get a name. Her name is Tiara, and she is Cappy's sister, and Bowser presumably takes her from the Cap Kingdom to give to Peach as kind of a wedding present or as something beautiful to wear for the wedding, and then she is under the control of Bowser. So Mario is trying to save Peach from Bowser's grasp, and Cappy teams up with Mario to save his sister Tiara from Bowser's claws as well. Interesting little tidbit there. I don't know if there's going to be more of the Cappy gang in the game, or if it's just Cappy and Tiara, brother-sister duo, trying to save each other. And I don't really know if Tiara has the same capabilities as Cappy in terms of being able to capture things, or if she just is a sentient Cap, sentient Tiara, and doesn't really have any magical properties like Cappy does. And they did say that Cappy is somehow able to lend his wearer his powers without capping them. So he's not taking over Mario. Mario is 100% in control of himself, and Cappy just lends his powers to Mario when Mario throws his cap at somebody else. So that's pretty cool. Nice little story bit at the very beginning of the trailer, and then we get in some more things. Number 2 is a visual upgrade from the first initial Super Mario Odyssey trailer. Here you can see side by side that this is Peach in the same frame of the cutscene, but there has been a big upgrade since that very first reveal trailer for Super Mario Odyssey. On the left, we have Peach from the original trailer, and now on the right, Peach from this new trailer. And obviously there's some glaring differences, like Peach's tiara has eyes now, but there's also a lot of lighting elements added, some more details to the ship behind her and the rugs, and she has a upgraded facial structure, lighting on her face, lighting in her eyes, more detail and depth to her mouth and things like that. So overall, a nice visual upgrade that makes the game look like a game that should be fit in with this generation. I also threw up here some pictures of Cappy from the second E3 reveal trailer and the trailer from this September 2017 Direct of Super Mario Odyssey, with Cappy next to each other in the same frame, but they look pretty much the same. They're like a split second apart, I think, so it looks a little bit different. The particles in the background are glowing a little bit differently, but I think that the visuals from those two are the same. But it is nice to know that since that very first reveal of Super Mario Odyssey, they have been still working on the game and have been making those visuals look really, really crisp. And I know that's something that a lot of people have pointed out, that the game looks amazing. Mario has lots of strands of hair, as does Peach now in this new cutscene, and his stitching on his hat is super detailed, all that cool stuff. So very nice to see Mario in brilliant detail, brilliant resolution. Good on you, Nintendo. Number 3 is some updates about kingdoms we've already seen before. So it looks like every kingdom is going to have a single location that you go to. There was some theorizing about possibly having multiple cities within each kingdom that you can travel to, like more than just New Donk City in the Metro Kingdom, more than just Toast Arena in the Sand Kingdom, but it looks like they're kind of just focusing on one point in each kingdom that you're going to be traveling to and exploring and getting a bunch of moons in. We also know that each kingdom is going to have a lot of moons. I know we've been talking about this before, kind of concerned that there's too many quick moons and maybe you'll get through each area too quickly, but based on this menu that pops up where you can see a list of all the moons that you've collected, in the top right, it says that there's 69 moons in the Sand Kingdom. I don't know if there's extra hidden moons, but even regardless, 69 is more than the 30 to 50 that people were talking about before. 69 is a ton of moons for one area. That is crazy to me. I know that Sand Kingdom is probably the biggest area, or one of the biggest, because it does say it's an expansive area, but still, even if they go a step down from that, and Metro Kingdom has 55 moons, and the islands have 35, 40 moons, that's still hundreds of moons throughout this game, which is incredible, and I am totally okay with them having quick discoverable moons, because I know that they're going to have a lot of those more linear story, mission-based moons that take a while to get to, that are boss-related, that are puzzle-related, that are platforming-related. So that is super exciting that there are so many power moons to find and collect. There's also this picture, a little clip of this new Brutal. I'm assuming that she is a boss. It looks like a Grandma Brutal or an Auntie Brutal or Mama Brutal, something like that. She has this golden chain chomp by her side, and she's definitely in the Cascade Kingdom. So this makes me think that this is another boss, a la the Mecha Wiggler or the Temple Ice boss in the Sand Kingdom. So maybe these kingdoms have these other kind of mini bosses. They aren't the official Brutal boss battle, or one of the 4 main Brutals that you fight, or Bowser that you will fight eventually. They are more sub-bosses that you will fight in maybe some of the smaller kingdoms as well. Maybe the Cascade Kingdom has her as the main boss, and you don't fight a Brutal there. And some of the smaller kingdoms will have other bosses similar to this. But I thought that was very cool that they showed off kind of a new character that we've never seen in any game before. She looks like a Brutal Elder, I guess we'll call her at this point, because I don't know what her relationship to the Brutals are, but she's definitely older, she definitely looks bossy, and she definitely looks like she's up for a fight with that golden chain jump that is very cool. I personally would really love to have a golden chain jump, or maybe like a titanium chain jump that's indestructible. I don't know. Anyways, she looks menacing, so that is cool to see that there are more bosses than just the 4 Brutals and some mini bosses. Number 4, we have new kingdom footage. Now, we knew that we were getting the Lake Kingdom, the Snow Kingdom, the Seaside Kingdom, and the Mushroom Kingdom from the Amiibo map on the Amiibo boxes. The map in the background had some more labeling than we had seen before. And we got footage from the Seaside Kingdom, and we got footage from the Snow Kingdom. So the Seaside Kingdom's city is called Bubble Lane, and it is very bright, it is very vibrant, it is very cool looking. It has some verticality to it, but it also has some beach flat areas, and then the water, of course, where you can go swimming and exploring with the Cheep Cheeps and the octopi that you can capture and fly through the sky as. Very cool there. Also, the Snow Kingdom looks incredible. The blizzard effects that Mario's running through reminds me of an Uncharted game. It looks so cool. So much detail, so much depth, so much interesting effects that they're taking on for Mario to explore in, and not just, it's the ice mountain and there's some penguins and snowmen and nothing really new or different. This has a totally different feel to it. It feels like Mario's in trouble. He's shivering, he's covered in snow, you can barely see. That's crazy to me that that's in a Mario game. It looks super duper cool. And the city there is called Shiveria. So again, two new kingdoms that we knew were coming. But then they throw this curveball at us, and they say, also, we have more that we're not even revealing, and he will be visiting Tropical Islands. And we get this crazy flying lizard dino thing that is so happy to be alive and to be captured by Mario. And this, I think, is finally those 4-leaf palm tree islands in the bottom left-hand corner of the map that I've been talking about in almost every theory video about Super Mario Odyssey. And I'm almost 100% positive that these are these are the tropical islands that they are showing here. This kind of poisonous, dark, fossil, prehistoric feel to these tropical islands with the multicolored leaves, with the crazy looking psychedelic wiggler that you can take control of. It looks fantastic. I am not sure if there are going to be even more kingdoms past this 11th tropical island kingdom. I'm just going to call it the tropical kingdom from now, because they do say that there is more that they're not going to reveal. So possibly there are more islands like the tropical islands that we don't even know what the heck they are, but you are going to be able to explore them in Super Mario Odyssey. So that is super cool news that there is the tropical islands plus potentially even more kingdoms to explore, because this game keeps getting bigger and bigger and the detail gets better and better, and it just looks so freaking cool. A little bit more detail about those kingdoms. The Seaside Kingdom, we know has purple moons from images that have been posted on the Super Mario Odyssey Japanese Twitter page, where it's kind of some artwork with Mario in his snorkeling gear and a purple moon at the bottom. Plus, we've heard some things about them having purple moons there. And the currency is a seashell, a clamshell. And then we didn't really get any info about the Snow Kingdom, just some footage there, so we don't really know what the currency is there. Possibly a snowflake or a snowball, which is basically a circle, so probably not a snowball. Maybe a snowflake or icicle, or maybe some structure that's there. I'm not really sure what it's going to be. A mitten, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to just theorize what it could be. But we don't know what the colored moons there are. The color of the power moons are in the Snow Kingdom either. Tropical Kingdom we do, or Tropical Islands. I'm going to call it Tropical Kingdom again. Tropical Kingdom has yellow moons, and it has leaves as its currency there. So that is very, very cool. We still haven't seen any footage from the Lake Kingdom, so that is kind of a brand new kingdom as well for us, in addition to these potentially more island kingdoms that Mario will be visiting. But very, very cool to see that there are even more kingdoms than we even imagined. Like, that Tropical Kingdom was totally out of left field, and I'm surprised they showed that over the Lake Kingdom. But again, makes me just so excited for this game because they still have more things up their sleeve that they haven't revealed to us yet. Number 5 is there are mini games within Super Mario Odyssey that you can take part in, and if you do well enough, earn power moons. And you can also see online leaderboards to see who's the top dog in each minigame. And they give some examples here, like Koopa Racing in the Tropical Kingdom, which is a throwback to me to Super Mario 64, when you have to race Koopa up the Bomb Battlefield mountain to the top and get your star from him. Now you can race all 4 Koopas with their backwards hats that are kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle colors. There's also a jump rope challenge that they show in New Donk City, as well as RC car racing, which is probably also in New Donk City in the Metro Kingdom. And I'm sure there's plenty more throughout the other kingdoms. But pretty cool that they have these online leaderboards that Mario can be a part of. Well, I guess it's always Mario in everybody's different game. But you, as Mario, can be a part of and see who is the best, and you can kind of move your way up the leaderboards if you so choose and try to get those power moons from these little mini games. I think it's pretty cool that they have this kind of online community feel within Super Mario Odyssey. So that is an interesting new addition to the Power Moon collection, the categories of Power Moons that you can collect. Number 6 is they give a little bit of a hint at what Amiibo function can do. They say that you can find Uncle Amiibo. He's this little robot man. They show him in the Sand Kingdom. I'm sure he's in every kingdom. And if you scan certain Amiibos, they will give you a hint on your map as to where a Power Moon is, which is a nice little addition. If you just have a lot of Amiibo lying around, you can just start scanning them if you're stuck and maybe find some new Power Moons. Going along with this hint system, they also reveal that you can talk to Talkatoo, who is a bird that seems very well themed for the Cascade Kingdom, the theme of dinosaurs and safari exploring fossil archaeology, but I'm sure he's in other kingdoms as well, or there's some counterpart of Talkatoo in other kingdoms, and he will give you kind of riddle-ish type hints to where Power Moons are. You can also find the Hint Toad, who is a blue toad with glasses, and if you pay him a little fee, he will give you a hint as to where the Power Moons are. So, if you're struggling to get to the next area, or you just are trying to find every Power Moon and are stumped, there are options for you to be able to discover where those hidden last few moons are, either by paying a fee of coins, scanning an Amiibo, or finding Talkatoo and his friends. Very interesting how those Amiibo are going to work. Maybe there will be more Amiibo function, but that is at least one way that Amiibos will be used in Super Mario Odyssey. Number 7 is the screenshot mode, which at first I was like, why are they even showing this? This doesn't seem that cool. But then they showed all the effects and the amount of effort that they put into it and the amount of creativity you can put into it. And I was like, dang, this is pretty cool. You can share them online, or you can use them as computer or phone wallpapers, which is pretty cool if you want to strut your stuff as the coolest Mario Odyssey player in the whole world. There's lots of different effects you can do. You can rotate the camera after like taking the screenshot and pausing it. You can add different filters to it. You can change the color of it. You can do all sorts of things that make it look really, really cool and really high quality. There's one where there's Mario looks like he's about to get swallowed by an eel, which is very cool because it reminds me of Jolly Roger's Lagoon. There's also, of course, shirtless Mario that everybody on the entire planet was gawking over. I thought it was normal. I thought Mario was just chilling on vacation, getting some sun, trying to tan up a little bit. but everybody seemed to love shirtless Mario, so you can take as many pictures of shirtless Mario as you want and share them with all your friends, or have that as your wallpaper if that is your fancy. But it is cool that they have this more in-depth screenshot version than what the Switch inherently has built into it that you can have, because I think that they, again, just want to get you in that mode of, this is a game about exploring, this is a game about finding new cool locations, about doing things multiple times in different fashions, how you can climb different buildings in different ways and find the coolest routes or the coolest jumps or the coolest scenery, coolest location, coolest outfits, which I'll get to in a second. But it is very interesting that they added this, and the amount of creativity and layers that you can put into your photos is pretty cool. Which brings me to number 8. There are so many outfits in Super Mario Odyssey. At this point, I am wondering who's winning the competition between Link in Breath of the Wild and Mario in Super Mario Odyssey for who has more outfits. I know that Link has 3 parts to his outfits and Mario only has 2, but Mario has a crazy amount of crazy caps. They show off more in this trailer. They show Painter Mario, Caveman Mario, Shirtless Mario, Beach Shirt Mario with a hat. We see Eskimo Parka Mario. There's so many new outfits for Mario to be in. My goodness. And they talk about some of them being throwbacks to older games like Mario Maker and Donkey Kong and some other different outfits, Mario Paint, things like that. And some are just for fun that you can put on and wear around. But my goodness, there are a lot of outfits. They talk about some of them being kind of like keys, like we had talked about before, and we knew, to unlock different areas and get different power moons. And then some are, they say, were just for fun, and you can just wear them just because, so they're just more aesthetic only. But it is cool that you can change your outfit. I initially thought there'd be like 1 or 2 outfits per kingdom. It seems like there are plenty more than that for each kingdom, and you can kind of change them at any time. So you're going to have a plethora of outfits in your wardrobe by the time you are done exploring this globe, and you can switch them out however you choose and take those lovely screenshots of Mario and all of his new fashion wear. Number 9 is a very interesting little tidbit that they didn't speak about at all, but they put towards the end and are like, haha, look at what you can do. And it looks like you can fast travel from one kingdom to another through pictures. So, again, Super Mario 64 is coming up over and over and over again. I know you can jump into the painted M's in Super Mario Sunshine, which is kind of the same thing, but this is very clearly a picture of New Donk City in Toast Arena. So, if you're jumping into a picture of New Donk City, of the Metro Kingdom, in Toast Arena, in the Sand Kingdom, that has to be a fast travel point, right? You have to be jumping into the Metro Kingdom and not needing to go back to the Odyssey and fly to the Metro Kingdom. This seems to me like it has to be a fast travel point. We know that they have fast travel points where you can travel to any of the checkpoint flags throughout the kingdom that you get, and we know that you can travel to new kingdoms on the Odyssey, but perhaps this is a way that you can quickly maneuver between some of the kingdoms through these paintings. I don't know if it's like a secret area that you can only access in the Metro Kingdom via this portrait in the Sand Kingdom, or if it just drops you off in the main area of the Metro Kingdom. I have no idea, but it is very interesting that they kind of just threw this in at the end, didn't speak about it at all, and just showed it as a fun, almost Easter egg type thing. And again, I don't know if it's just going to put you in a level where you can get a power moon that is themed like New Donk City in the Sand Kingdom still, or if this is a total portal to the Metro Kingdom to explore there. Very, very interesting, though, and I'm wondering how many of these portraits they will have, because I can't imagine that they would have a portrait of every other kingdom in each kingdom. So maybe there's just some that are linked, like Sand to Metro, and then Metro to Wooded, and Wooded to Seaside. I don't know how it's going to work, but it is very interesting, and it is cool they brought back that Mario 64 feel. Cool thing, Nintendo. You're killing it with Super Mario Odyssey. And that brings us to number 10, which is some end game surprises. The first thing I want to point out is when they show this really cool outer space view of the globe, of the map, where you can see both Bowser's airship and Mario's Odyssey ship. Mario's obviously chasing Bowser around the globe and visiting kingdoms along the way. This map is very cool. It's sort of Mario Galaxy-like, so again, another kind of callback there. But they very specifically add the moon in there, and it is a pretty large moon. So, again, does this bring us back to the theory that the moon is the final battle place? The moon is a final kingdom place? I do not know. I Now, I was usually more under the impression, no, that's just, it's kind of the theme of the game. Oh, they have moons, they have power stars in Super Mario 64 and shine sprites in Super Mario Sunshine. You don't go to a shine, you don't go to a star, really. So I was like, this is just a different thing. They just want to mix it up. They have kind of celestial imagery as the things they're collecting, shine sprites, which are kind of like suns and stars. So why moons seems like a natural progression. But now that the moon is so close to the map and so big, it makes me wonder if you are going to be able to travel to the moon, and that will be kind of the final kingdom, the final frontier for Mario in his escapades around the world, chasing down Bowser to retrieve Peach and Tiara. Will they end up on the moon? I don't know how they will breathe, but it'd be really cool to see Mario in a spacesuit jumping around low-gravity moon bases. But, again, and there's Martians. Oh, man, that's crazy amounts of intrigue there. But I do not know any more details other than what my own brain is thinking. They also said that if you collect all the moons, you will unlock something at the end of the game, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping it's more levels or challenges, or probably not a whole new kingdom. They'll probably either not have any new kingdoms past launch or have DLC. Probably not something that you unlock. Maybe unlock some new moons in each kingdom, or challenge levels, or play as Luigi or something of that sort. But again, in typical Mario adventures, if you collect all of the power moons, you will unlock something secret, and you will get to enjoy that, as well as you hopefully enjoyed the rest of the game. You enjoyed collecting all 400, 500 power moons. I have no idea how many there are going to be, but there's going to be a lot of them. So this game is shaping up to be an Odyssey. It is shaping up to be huge and massive and detailed and amazing. Mario is leaving his home in the Mushroom Kingdom, chasing Peach and Tiara around the world as they are in the imprisonment of Bowser. I am so excited. This trailer made me more excited. For me, my favorite part of the trailer was probably the tropical island reveal with the flying, gliding lizard dinosaur guy. I also like the Snow Kingdom and the effects that had there. That looked beautiful and amazing. And there was weird, like, fat penguin or fat seal bounce racing. That kind of was like the penguin slide from Super Mario 64. But there seems to be a lot of heritage to this game, and a lot of homage paid to previous Mario adventures, as well as so much brand new stuff with all the technology that they can have these days. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this top 10 list of new features and reveals for Super Mario Odyssey. Let me know in the comments down below what you are most excited for from this new in-depth look at Super Mario Odyssey. And I can't wait for the game to come out. It cannot come out soon enough. And make sure you stay tuned for more updates about Super Mario Odyssey, if anything else is put out there before the game's launch, which is so close at this point. But until then, Switch Force out.